My dear fellow listeners and viewers, today I want to show you or teach you a little strategy, very simple, that you can use to make life so much more easier, particularly when we're having, so much challenges and issues and problems with people and all of that. And you and I know that, life can be challenging when when we're dealing with difficult people, right? And so us as human being, we tend to always have that urge to have the last word. So basically what we are doing, we are storing things up. And I will demonstrate again because that seems to be working really well. And it's nice to have the visual as well too for some people who prefer to learn things in that way, to visualize things. So I have with me a glass with some dirt in here. And so basically this represent, of course, good and bad, kind of what we have talked about before. So let's say I have an issue with you. I'm sure there are a few people who are watching who have issue with, which is very common, by the way. And so if you were trying to have the last word, and if I'm trying to have the last word, so basically what we are doing there, we are storing things up here. We are storing it, and we are really making this water very dirty, very messy, right? That's what we're doing because we are storing things up. You are telling me one thing, I'm justifying, and vice versa, right? Hopefully you can see properly. The best way to ease off some of the tension is to basically do nothing at all. And so basically, if we let this sit for a while, you can see that it's starting to settle the dirtiness, you know, representing the anger or the people or the toxic people, so to speak. And so eventually it's settled in. Most of it you'll see it settle in. And so once that is settled, let me just take out this one floater piece here. So once it is settled, the best thing to do is to pour out. You're gonna take another glass. This is just a demonstration. You pour it out nicely, and eventually you will have pure water here. Because what I did, of course, I let it sit for a while. I didn't do anything else, and all the dirtiness here, the toxic, the dirty pieces here. And so my point is today is if we have an issue with somebody, instead of we trying to have the last word, they trying to have the last word. And some people, no matter what you do, they'll want to have the last word. They can be wrong, but yet they will try to have the last word to justify their lies, just so that they feel a little bit good about themselves. You just cannot deal with those kinds of people. So the best thing to do, just let things settle in on its own for a while, because eventually they are going to stop. And once you're able to calm things down and you're able to separate it, you definitely want to get rid of that. Put it in the garbage or in the recycle. If it's not worth it to go in the recycle, put it in the garbage. That's what you want to do. But instead of us storing it, we storing it, we wouldn't get anywhere. And so that's the message I want to leave here today, because it is not uncommon, as I mentioned earlier, for us to wanting, to have the last word, because all of us as human beings, it's just a natural thing. We want to make sure that, you know, um, we clear things out, and or we show what we got, um, and so on, and things can get really, really heated. A good example, if you check on Facebook randomly, you will see how people are going back and forth. People who have never met, you will see the kind of argument and the conversation they're having, right? And everybody's trying to have the last word, and everybody's copying each other, making it so much more messy than what it needs to be. And so the best way to do it, or one of the easy way, is to let it sit for a while. Do not do anything, and once everything is cleared up, you just get rid of them, get rid of the dirtiness. And the dirtiness meaning the people who are always causing issue and making things difficult, because at the end of the day, you and I, we don't need to, we don't need the dirtiness here, the dirt. We just need to get rid of it. And so put it in the garbage. So that's my message here today. So thank you for watching. Thanks for listening, and I hope that you're able to use this simple strategy here to um, to solve some major issues in your life, because everyone is going through challenges and difficulties, but there are ways, there are things we can do, there are things that we have control of, that we can do to kind of make things better for ourselves. And so as you can see, it's nice and easy, very simple. Do nothing at all in this case. Thank you for listening. Thanks for watching. My name is Narayan Datsukram, wishing you a great today and even a better tomorrow. I'll talk to you soon.